Hi, friends. Hi. Welcome to another all ages video for creative, independent small business owners. And today we have a very special guest. Let's welcome Michelle Waters. Michelle, can you do us a favor and introduce yourself?
Absolutely, Paige. I have been an English teacher for the past 10 years, and I've stepped out of the classroom and am working on helping other teachers who want to start their own businesses. And so I have a website called Rethink Your Lifestyle, where I'm kind of working on building a community of teachers and other people who want to start a business that they love and be able to grow that business and work together with each other and cooperate with one another to help each other build those businesses.
That is so awesome. And we know you're really into cooperation because you met Mama a long, long time ago at a place called Mom Masterminds. Now, that has changed a lot over the years, but I just wanted to mention that so people know that Mama and Michelle have been around for a long, long time. Now, you are working specifically with teachers to help them. Can you describe some of the problems that are unique to teachers as they go into business?
Well, one of the problems that they have that are unique to teachers is that a lot of them teaching is kind of all they know. They went to college to teach and they started teaching right out of school, and they have trouble seeing how the skills that they've developed in the classroom transition into other areas of their life. There's so many, I see so many conversations of teachers saying, what can I do? Teaching is all I know. And it kind of blows my mind as somebody who, I used to run my own web design and hosting company. I used to be a newspaper reporter. So stepping into teaching, I can see how, the classroom management, it can transition to being able to manage people, grading, that process kind of transitions back to being able to analyze data. There's just so many different ways that you can take the things that you learn and the 50 million decisions you make a day, and then the ability, in my case, to convince teenagers to read and write on a daily basis. If we can do all of those things, then we can certainly run a business and we can cooperate with other people and we can, build things and we can make this happen. Absolutely. I mean, kind of the sky is the limit. And so it kind of, like I said, blows my mind that teachers don't see that yet. And I want to help them see that they have so much to offer outside of the classroom. And I know also teachers are like, I just want to make a difference in the world and I want to teach. And they struggle to see that the classroom is not the only place that they can do that. They can go online and they can go into consulting or coaching. They could create online courses. They can write up lesson plans and curriculum, depending on if they're more extroverted or introverted. So there's a lot of different ways that they can step out of the classroom and continue to do what they love, but in a different context. And I hate to say it this way, but a less toxic context than the current public school classroom at this point in time.
Right, and that really is one of those things that is going on right now. They have something called the Great Retirement or something along those lines. Lots of people are rethinking what they're doing, which is why I like that title of your website and podcast, Rethink Your Lifestyle, because a lot of people are doing that, no matter what careers that they are in. But there have been some special challenges for teachers and those in the teaching profession over the last couple of years. Can you speak to some of those challenges and how getting out of the classroom might be a good idea?
One of the challenges, and kind of this one really answers the question that you asked first. So I'm going to go back to that. But one of the challenges of that teacher space is feeling guilty about leaving. And this is something that I see, I've heard teachers talk about for years, and I see them mentioning it in the various groups that I'm a member of. Who's going to take care of the kids? Who's going to, what are my colleagues going to say? What's the administration going to say? Teachers are really good about feeling guilty about everything, and which is kind of why we end up spending so much time grading over the weekend, which leads to those problems that we have where we're spending so much time on the job that we don't have time for our families. And the system keeps putting more tasks and things on our plate while taking away resources, and so it just starts taking up so much physical time and mental energy and emotional energy. And especially right now, the kids are really struggling. They've been out of school, either virtually, or they're in school virtually or in some sort of hybrid format for 2 years now. And so, when kids struggle, they tend to give the adults that are trying to take care of them a hard time. There's a meme out there that says, if your students are giving you a hard time, it's because they're having a hard time, and they are really having a hard time with this. So kind of like their social emotional learning is a couple of years behind, and just trying to figure out how to get along with each other and how to, do school. They're just, again, like I said, having a really difficult time with this. And so that makes things difficult for teachers as well. And I know for me, I went into a new school context thinking, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to get to know my students, I'm going to get to know the system and kind of a different system. And I'm just going to kind of make this happen. It'll take some time. I'm not going to be able to just be a rock star right out of the box. But then I started having some health issues, and it was probably stress related, but my doctor said, either you're going to have to change something, or we're going to have to put you on some sort of medication to try to control your physical symptoms. And so I decided that it was time to step out of the classroom and to go ahead and run my business. I also have an educational publishing company, which I started. Actually, it started as a teacher blog back in 2012, I think. And in 2018, I decided it wasn't just all about me. I wanted to build a community of teachers that wanted to rethink ELA, or English Language Arts. Got a common theme. We're rethinking everything. But I wanted to build that community, and so I set up that website.
For those who are rethinking their lifestyle, who are rethinking this, what could you suggest as some of the best places? Of course, there's the Rethink Yours lifestyle, but where do you find the ideas to first think about, starting your own thing?
Oh, goodness. Well, I actually have a couple of resources. I have a free special report called Discover Your Passion. And if you go to my website and scroll down to the bottom, put in your name and your email address, you can get that report. And it really helps you think about, who you are and what you enjoy. And one of the pieces of advice that I give to teachers and to anybody else really is to kind of try to blend a couple of passions that you have in order to create something, kind of that unique selling proposition. You put those two things together, and then you're offering something that nobody else is offering, or very few people are offering. For example, I love to write. I love to talk about education. And of course, I'm a teacher. And so for me, I was able to blend my teaching with my writing and create a website and serve that English Language Arts community. And so, if you have a teacher who loves teaching, and then maybe they've got a passion for gardening, for example, perhaps they could start a blog giving tips and advice on gardening, and taking pictures of the plants that they have in their garden, and maybe doing videos, and then maybe recommending affiliate products, or there's a lot of different directions that a teacher could go. Maybe creating some courses in how to create different types of gardens or what have you, and a lot of different ways to monetize that type of a site in order to build a business. And I know that's something else. That's another struggle that teachers have. The word monetize, they kind of have a negative view towards earning money or trying to do things to earn money. And I really want to help them see that it is perfect. Not only is it okay to accept money for your expertise and your education and your experience, but it's expected, and you should. I mean, you deserve to be paid for, what you offer.
Absolutely. And that's something we really don't take care of too much in our public systems, is making sure our teachers are making a reasonable wage, especially they got to go to college just like everybody else. And the wages that a first year teacher makes in some states would make a person cry. It's just very little. And so, yeah, that could make a person feel like they shouldn't make that much money. But just because that's what they pay doesn't mean it's what you have to accept in your life. You can definitely make more. And we should also point out that it is possible to be a teacher and have a part-time side gig to get started.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I did. Like I said, I started, a teacher blog in 2012. And in 2014, I realized I was getting a ton of traffic to one particular post that I'd written. It had been indexed by the search engines, and teachers everywhere were searching for that particular topic during a specific time of the year. And I thought, you know what? I really just need to monetize this. And so I kind of created a bit of a membership of curated resources. And, that's kind of been the bread and butter of my site. So I have the membership, I have lesson plans that go along with that particular blog post. And so, that's how I built that business. So basically what you have to do is, figure out what you have to offer and blend a couple of talents or interests together, and then figure out what people want. And once you put those two things together successfully, then that's where your business starts to grow.
Awesome. That is a great tip, to start with what you have. Absolutely. Uh, when it comes to doing what you do, Michelle, what has been the most surprising thing?
Oh my goodness, the most surprising thing. Wow, I think just the pushback that I get from teachers when I suggest, hey, I'll say, let's partner on something, let's build a lesson, let's build a unit. And they're like, oh, yeah, absolutely, let's do that. That's great. And then I'll say, and I can put it on my website, and, we can charge X amount, and then we share the profits. And they're like, oh, well, I don't know about charging. I'm not really sure about that. I feel like I'm a mentor, and so I give my stuff away. And so that's really surprised me. And I'm trying to kind of figure out a way to change that mindset. I mean, yeah, if there are teachers in your building and you want to give them, your resources in exchange for a testimonial or feedback on how you can make it better based on their experience using it, that's fine. But again, teachers absolutely deserve to be paid for, what they produce and for their expertise and their experience and what they put out there. I know that there's a dentist in my community who created some sort of appliance or a tool of some sort. And that dentist went out and had it, not trademarked, but the other term.
Copyright? Patent?
Patented, yes, that's the word I was looking for. He had it patented, and so ended up making a ton of money from this, just, kind of passive income from that patent and other people using that product. And so teachers kind of need to start maybe being a little bit more business minded. I mean, I know that business doesn't work in terms of running a public school, but if you are wanting to serve a community, as a business, and create things and help people in that way, then yeah, absolutely, you need to be able to earn money. But that doesn't mean you have to compete with others, and it doesn't mean you have to run over other people or take advantage of people. You can build community and cooperate with your competitors and work together and serve your customers and give them what they need in exchange for a fair price. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all.
No, there isn't anything wrong with that. And I can imagine that it is a big struggle as you are going out there with teachers. They do like to share a lot. I have a feeling there's a lot of teachers out there that might even do what they do for free because they love it. And being passionate about something is awesome,
Yeah.
but we need to have a roof over our head, food in our belly, and it's important. You don't need to be thinking about making millions and gazillions, but you have to make enough money to make it worth the effort. Now, when it comes to, let's see, I can think of the next question. I'm just all over the place today. What's the next good question? Hmm. I can't think of one. Oh, I know. I'm just going to ask the wrap up question. Okay, Michelle. So this is start over. Well, Michelle, that's so interesting that teachers have such a hard time charging money for what they do. I think that is very common amongst creative, independent business owners of all types, just because they can do it. They think, oh, this is so easy, and they think it's not worth money, but it is. Oh, this has been such an interesting conversation. I didn't know that teachers were so hesitant about making money. That's I think the most interesting thing that I've learned today. I think that is all the questions I have for you because what you do is pretty straightforward, and we can find you on Rethink Your Lifestyle. But before we go, is there anything I forgot to ask you that we want to make sure that our viewers know?
Oh my goodness. Well, one thing that I would like the viewers to know is that they kind of want to maybe get their feet wet, ask some questions, talk to some other people who have been teachers and are running their own businesses now. I have a Facebook group. They can go to the rethinkyourlifestyle.com website, and there is a link to our Facebook group there. Or it's facebook.com/group/rethinkyourlifestyle.
And I will make sure that we put that in the description and across the screen so you can go and check that out. So if you do happen to be a teacher and need extra support in getting your business started or running it, you want to check out Michelle Waters and rethinkyourlifestyle.com. That's about it for this week. Thank you, friends, for joining me, and be sure to follow Michelle. Now, Michelle, I know that you are working with Mama, and she has been on your podcast a couple of times. And last time we talked about video. How soon can we expect your YouTube channel?
All right. I do have a YouTube channel, and I have been putting my podcast onto the YouTube channel. I have a portion of the first one, and then you can click through and get to the full episode. And then I put the entire second episode on there. And then your Mama's episode is going to go live, her first one, on January 17th. And the YouTube one will be after that.
Okay, we'll make sure to let our fans know about that. And thank you so much, Michelle, for taking the time with me. And I have to say, you've been a real inspiration over the years as you have gone through the different transitions. And you're just awesome. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Know what you want and never give up.
Don't try to pour from an empty cup. Champagne marketing on a beer budget.
It's business advice from